Please leave a message after the tone.
You've got several questions due. Your life is going down the tubes. What do you do when you need advice?
This is where it gets good. Good night.
What am I fighting for?
So turn your lights, pick up the phone and leave a message for the new
Welcome one and all to Nude Clan After Dark. I am your host, Caleb.
Also Caleb.
And Cameron.
I'm a bit surprised you didn't accidentally play the ending song first.
Yeah, it's become a tradition.
I know. I feel like I should.
Episodes, yeah.
I feel like I should bring it back. Because then if I don't, it seems like it was an accident, you know? It wasn't on purpose. So, just stop doing it, then they know you're just stupid.
Just keep doing the wrong thing. And convince people that
it was on purpose and not a total accident.
Yeah, so then it becomes the right thing. And now we had to point out the fact that I didn't do it. Because now that is the new expected thing. Anyway, let's see what you guys have to ask us.
Hey, this question is probably more for Cameron than it is the rest of you guys. But can you expand on the use of ball powder? Where do I get this powder from? How do I conceal it, or should I be proud of it? Do I even need to conceal it? What are the best brands to use? How do I use it? When do I use it? When is it too late to use it? Can I use it if I'm planning on having sex later? Or should I keep clean if that's in the books? Use it before a run, after a run, before they get sweaty, after they're sweaty. Just some general questions, because I've never used it before, but I do have a problem, and I think that that powder might be the solution. I'm very curious about how to get it and how to use it. Thank you.
Well, yes, the ball powder. I mean, am I the only one who uses it every now and then?
Is it for chafing?
Yeah, well, it's just for more than chafing.
I use the medicated Gold Bond stuff if I get chafy.
A nice cool sensation.
Yeah,
along
it's got
the legs and the crack.
It's got the cooling mint.
Nowadays, it's menthol, but yeah.
Yeah, menthol.
Nowadays, there is a wide variety of ball powders that you can use, and really it's up to your preference. And it's designed, yes, to help make it so your swass doesn't bite you in the ass in the middle of the day. It's a very wet place down there as the day goes on. Generally, the time to apply it is in the morning after your shower. Techniques of applying vary, because when you go to fill your hand full of powder, you just start patting that powder all over your balls and your ass crack. You're going to get some of it on the floor. So there's different ways to apply said powder. One of the best places is once you're all dried off and nice, you can apply it in the shower, so all of the powder doesn't end up on the floor. It just ends up in the tub where you can just wash it away. So, tip number 1, find the perfect place to apply the powder. You can just lower your drawers just a little bit and hope your underwear catches the powder as it rains down as you're applying it too. That works, but then you got powdery shorts after that. Reasons to use the powder, of course, again, to combat any swamp ass you might have during the day. Keeps you smelling fresh. Now, before a run's good, and especially if you have thicker thighs that like to rub together, get that chafing effect that Schweiss was talking about. So it's good to apply before long hikes, but there is too much. You can apply too much, and instead of it becomes a little chalky and can actually make a situation worse. But I don't know. I just like it at the beginning of the day, and just smells nice throughout the day. Now, when it comes to sex and any oral activities, I don't imagine that this powder tastes very good. So when it comes to that, it might be nice to, I don't know, take a pre-shower beforehand to just be clean without any of that powder on there, or avoid powdering any surfaces that you like to be inserted into someone else's mouth.
Oh, okay. So don't powder your balls.
If you like your balls sucked on, and you're you know, maybe you like a little rim job every now and then.
Just don't use it at all.
I mean, I can't imagine that the powder itself tastes very well.
Well, I mean,
So,
do you think it tastes better or worse than your asshole? That's the question.
you know, that's a question I might not know the answer to.
It's probably worse than your asshole.
because I'm never gonna taste that powder.
You just gotta lick. You just gotta lick your. It's like you're getting the last like vestiges of the salt out of the pretzel bag. You just gotta lick your finger, and then like stuff it in your asshole, and then lick it again, and be like, this or the powder.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a variety of different smells and different kinds of powder you can get. Gold Bond does have a certain medicated powder that will bring a cooling relief.
It's nice,
and that's usually nice if you do have an itchy asshole or chafed thighs, and it'll bring that cooling relief to it. But
nothing worse than an itchy asshole when you can't scratch it.
Didn't they find out that Johnson & Johnson does Gold Bond? Didn't they find out the baby powder or the talcum powder from Johnson & Johnson can cause cancer?
I don't know.
So I don't know.
You want ball
Walmart
cancer?
is a good place for that.
Fucked up
Any
stuff.
department store is going to have some form of powder that you can powder yourself with. You can probably look online for like different styles, more hipster brands, different smells and stuff like that. But really, it's just to make it so you don't sweat and create that bacteria that smells like ass. And then if you have a little bit of a drip, we were talking about this earlier, a little bit of drip come out, then it's good to keep that nice and contained. So I don't know if getting any sort of like different smelling kind, or if you can just use baby powder even and just smell like a baby ass all day long. It's not really it's just to prevent being sweaty and then smelling throughout the day. It's not like necessary to have it on every day, but if you have a problem and just want to keep bacteria growth in control and just have a nice smooth feeling, just use it every now and then, especially if you plan on getting sweaty during the day. But probably shower before intercourse just to prevent any of that
I
happening.
mean, you should probably do that anyway.
Yeah, it's really nice when you do that.
Yeah.
Before and then after together, that's nice.
With the beer.
Shower beer.
And a cigarette. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know about shower cigarettes. That'd probably be really relaxing, though.
Yeah, but
I mean,
smoke it inside.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
If you own the house, you can do whatever the fuck you want in it, but
yeah, it'll stink.
resale
though.
value.
Yeah. Don't do that. All right, cool. Yeah, Caleb, do you ever use ass powder?
Nope.
Dude, it's
You
so
should.
nice when you...
I think if you went to New York and you had when you went to New York and if you used it, your experience would have just been that much better.
Yeah, it's nice.
And if I do travel, yes, I will bring a little bottle of powder with me, just because it helps so much, especially if you plan to do a lot of walking.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Got some good advice. Get your ass powder. Just wash it off before you get your balls sucked on. Let's see what we got next.
To the Friends and Family Rewards Program, your members.
I feel like we had that one already, too.
Can't you just block these numbers?
I mean, I can, but they're always different because it's a number spamming thing. All right, this is a repeat caller. That's a good sign. That's a great sign. All right, let's see what we got.
Hey guys, it's Whoopage. Just calling to see what you guys think about when the 40-hour work week is going to get shorter, like down to like 32 or something, like 4/8. I know you guys work in places that are probably not going to be the first to adopt that. I do too.
Tech
I work
companies
in
might
consulting,
adopt it.
so we just kind of have to like meet deadlines and work overtime sometimes. But basically, we've with technology, we've increased the productivity per person like a crazy amount, but the hours per person hasn't really gone down. I think that's kind of bullshit. And I think there's been some studies that when people work 32 hours or 35 hours or whatever, their productivity actually goes up or stays the same. So I was kind of curious what your guys' thoughts were on that and if you think that'll happen sometime soon. All right. Talk to you later.
I don't know if we're going to see a major change anytime soon, but we'll see certain companies kind of maybe head that way, especially where certain, lower tier jobs like cash registers and stuff, they're already being replaced by automated systems.
Yeah,
so
Walmart already has all their employees at like 32 hours is their maximum work week.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 32 or
but
36.
do they
I can't
pay
remember
more
exactly.
per hour to compensate for the missed time?
No.
See, that's the other
Walmart.
thing, is when, we switch to a 32-hour work week, are you still going to get paid the
same as you
same
would if you
salary,
had
the
40?
same amount, or are they going to, take a chunk away because
The
you're not
answer's
working that
probably
time?
no.
And they're probably going to be taking that chunk away. When that also brings in what are we going to do in regards to universal income for people, where everyone has a base amount of income provided by, the government, the state, and then anything you can make on top of that, and that just turns into a supplement for your income. Jobs, I feel like, are going to change drastically to where instead of people filling customer service roles and stuff like that, we're going to have that be automated, and then the job is you servicing the automated systems and becoming a more skilled,
See, I don't think that works for the customer service aspect because
in that sense where
like
you have a human interface.
They've
but
tried to build robots that that understand the world, and it doesn't work because they don't understand what it is to be human.
I meant
right?
more like again, the cash
McDonald's
register,
and stuff?
McDonald's
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
where you don't need that. But then, in other places like retail and stuff like that, you're definitely going to need, a human
and
interaction,
call
at least a little
centers
bit.
and stuff like that. That's why those are becoming such a booming thing, is because we can't automate it. It just doesn't work.
So I think before we see a shortened work week, we're just going to see a bigger shift in where the work is.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And that's why I'm not afraid of technology. A lot of people at the post office that are like old timey, and they're like, I send all my bills in with the post office. I buy a stamp because that's just how I am. And I'm like, yeah, that's just retarded. Like, just use the internet. I mean, Jesus Christ, I work here too, but I'm not going to send my fucking power bill in the mail. I live like 4 blocks from the power company. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
It's like, we're supporting our own selves. It's like, no, we're just falsely attributing our stupidity and our inability to adapt to technology to us having work to do. And like at the end of the day, I'm going to try to go into the maintenance craft at work because that's all there's going to be eventually.
Yeah.
It's going to be machines that mostly automate themselves and people fixing those machines.
Mm-hmm.
People repairing them, people building them. And so the jobs aren't going to go away. They're just going to shift.
Yeah.
And they might go away
Jobs will shift.
They might go away for a lot of the population because
and
the new
since
jobs
they're
are going to
shifting,
require education.
And they're already shifting, and that's the thing. Moving workers and giving them, basically helping them become a skilled worker in a certain area because the job market's changing, and that's a big thing too.
And it's hard because not everyone can do that, and that's something I think we need to understand, is not everyone is going to have the mental capacity to go to school to learn how to fix those machines or go to school to learn how to run these things successfully. Those people are not going to have a good time when it comes this way. When it becomes
and I feel like the places to switch to that, I mean, like Caleb said, Walmart has already done it, and other locations have already done it. And the reason why they do it's just cheaper. They just hire more employees to cover that time. And it's really just the worker
McDonald's
getting shafted at that
has
point.
Increased how much they pay their employees, though. I was looking at when I went to the one in Spanish Fork, at least, and they increased their wages for their employees to $10 an hour as base pay.
Yeah,
Which
see,
I
that's
think before it was like
it
was just minimum wage.
Yeah, which is $7.50 or $7.75 here, something like that.
I don't
$7.25 maybe
right now. And then other industries to actually really try it out, I feel, are just the ones that can take risks without too much of a detriment. And I feel like technology, software, and other businesses like that have the most ability to test things like this out.
Right.
And we might see that there.
Because those places, I mean, you'll have a
And then
group
the
of-
workers there are already salaried too.
You'll have a select amount of tasks that you're supposed to do, and when you're done, you should just be able to leave.
Mhm.
And that shouldn't be, if I'm faster than those around me, they're not like they don't deserve the same amount of pay per hour as I do, is my opinion. So like if it takes me 8 hours to do something and it takes them 12, I think you should get paid for what you do. So if
Right.
it only takes me 8, I should still get paid for the amount.
But
that
that's
it's expected.
where the shift is from making hourly to salary, where you're going to be paid the same amount regardless.
Yeah, which is why salary sucks in a lot of ways.
In a way, but if we're switching back to less amount of time in
Then
the work
salary's
week,
good.
then salary is good
Unless
because your
it's
pay is
less.
locked into that much.
If it's less, then it doesn't matter. It just flushes, which is what I'm sure will happen.
But how much less? I mean, we don't know enough about that, and we don't know kind of the changes in how income is received as far as universal income. Because I know that there was a test for universal income just to kind of see if it provided those people who received it more opportunities, because they have a stable form of income that's always happening, so they're able to take more risks and pursue things that they wouldn't have otherwise, because they need just to make a decent amount of money to make a living. And if they try to do something drastic, then they wouldn't have that anymore, a base amount of income. So
Yeah, I don't know. The whole Andrew Yang thing with universal income,
Yeah.
the reason why it doesn't make sense and doesn't work is because there's value in money. And so if you're just handing out money, it loses a certain amount of rarity and value associated with it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's if they just generate money just so they can give to people. But if they get the money, I don't know.
If they generate the wealth, that's one thing, but the government can't do that. So,
but see, the experiment was to see it's not the money losing less value. It was, what are these people going to do with this income? Are they going to actually work to improve their situation, or are they just going to use it as a way to just be chill?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll probably move. Some industries will move away. I think some will stay there forever.
Yeah,
with 40+ hours, because it's.
I mean, the 40-hour work week became a thing because of
overworking.
Because of overworking and factory type jobs where the whole community went together to work at the same factory, and they would basically 16-hour days, 12-hour days, sun up to sundown, and that's where they would be all day long.
Yeah,
and a switch to better workplace safety, better just overall life quality for the people working there. They came in and said, 8-hour work days, 40 hours a week. That's the standard that everyone should sit by. And it's been that way since the was it like the mid to late 1940s?
I think so. It's been a while.
it
It
was
was
around there.
The thing was 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, and 8 hours of whatever I will. So you got your pastimes, your sleep, and your work.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's a pretty good balance. Honestly, I don't think 8 hours is too much work.
No,
I think that. I mean, I get that the more time you have outside of work, the better. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's good to have something that is work for that time.
For companies to adopt this in any fashion, and they just need more studies that prove workers are just as productive. I mean, if it turns out to be just as productive, I don't feel like it would catch on very fast if it proved that, giving the workers more time away from work actually increased productivity, increased a better workplace environment. Then I can see certain companies, catching on a little bit faster. But there has to be like a mountain of proof before it'll happen.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting idea, and it would be nice, but I don't know. I think it's important to have something that you're striving towards, like something that's driving you. And I feel like the less time you have at work, the less of that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that doesn't mean just your job, your 9 to 5 or whatever. That could mean like us doing a podcast or us doing like projects, stuff like that. I think you need to have those.
Yeah. And then having the extra time to have those projects is a lot easier. Even
True.
Makes it even easier to have an extra job.
Exactly, yeah. So if you do need the extra income, you then can, and it's a lot easier because you only work 4 days. You have 3 days in which you can occupy your time. But I don't know how many people actually do those side projects, so I don't know.
It just depends on.
But those people are hopeless anyway.
Pursue
So
their hobbies and whatnot.
Yeah, those I would imagine.
Or
those
pursue
are
other ways to make money.
Those are the people that aren't very successful as it is, so
Yeah.
they're not going to be successful in the next.
Well,
new
we'll
system.
see. Yeah, I mean, there's going to have to be a life after work because the way capitalism's working right now is you need to find the way to boost productivity and to preserve capital. You're spending less, but you're working better. And machines just do things better than humans can that's not interfacing with humans directly for the most part. And they're going to keep pursuing these methods, and pretty soon there's just going to be jobs that used to be dominated by normal human workers are now automated and more efficient because of it. But those jobs and those need for humans are going to leave, but then who's going to buy the products that are being released by companies? And so there's going to be first a shift in where the jobs are at, and that's going to happen, I think, within the next 20 years or so, a big shift.
Yeah.
And then maybe in the next, I don't know, way off in the future, there's going to have to be an idea of life after work, where the standard, of work is just vastly different.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think it's definitely moving towards more automation. You can see that. It'll take a while, but it's inevitable. So hopefully you're capable enough to be part of that.
Yeah, just look where the jobs are at, and I don't know, just try to get yourself ready to work in a different line of work if that's possible.
Yeah. Like for me, I want to get like HVAC certified, and then do that as a side thing, and then if it picks up, I'll do it for good.
If you're certified in that type of thing, you'd probably start making more money than at the post office.
Yeah,
if
maybe.
you put in the time for it.
It might. Yeah, it'd be a lot more on me. It'd be my own business, so I'd have to take care of my health care and all of that stuff. So like, it's something you have to weigh. But
is
having
that the type of job you can apprentice at, though, too?
Yeah, but I don't want to do that for 2 years. That's stupid.
Why is it stupid?
Because it's for free, almost. I ain't got time for that.
Well, one thing that you'd be missing out on if you don't apprentice is connection to others in the industry and building up a network of people that help you find clientele and to build a reputation for yourself in a certain area.
Yeah,
so
that's
apprenticing
true.
is not just about learning the craft, it's getting recognized as a player in the craft.
There's a lot that goes into it. And it's a good idea if you're younger and thinking about that, I think.
Yeah.
Straight out of high school, you don't have anything to lose, really. But yeah, those are the kind of things you need to pay attention to with the shift. Because eventually even my job's probably going to be automated for the most part. And I need to prepare for that. So, and the nice thing is the mechanics make way more money, so it's just an improvement. So it's not going to be a downside.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see before we see a shift in the standard of work week, we're just going to see a shift in jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the service jobs are going to expand in a way when it comes to like human interaction service. So like when you call up the helpline or whatever,
it's going to take a large company actually doing this and showing that how profitable it is for it to really catch on.
Yeah. And we're not talking just Google, because Google already does a bunch of dumb shit and no one else does it. No one has their little fucking nap pods, because that's horse shit. I mean, it's awesome, but
I live 5 minutes from work, so my nap pod's just at home.
Do you go home to nap sometimes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
nice.
yeah.
I sleep. I sleep in my car most of the time.
I'll eat a quick light lunch and just fucking take a 15-minute nap.
Nice.
And then just be back at work.
Naps at work are so good during
Dude,
lunch.
sometimes though, all you need is just to like have your brain just turn off for a couple minutes, and you're just so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been known to sleep on my 15 minutes to
Yeah.
break. I'll just like go in for like 12 minutes, just pass out.
Mm.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think we're going to see a shift in the jobs first, and then maybe that'll happen.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea, but I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm super drawn to it. I mean, it'd be nice to have more time at home, but if it cuts into my what I'm making, I'm just going to have to get another job. So
Yeah.
I don't see that being a benefit at all, personally.
Yeah,
But-
it depends on a lot of things and how you get paid.
Yeah, because I'm not doing it for fun. I'm doing it for money.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it for my hourly rate. And if my hourly rate increases because my salary is the same, but I work one less day, then that's an hourly rate increase. If it doesn't, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested in how much I make at a base level.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, income is not following inflation. So, things are expensive. And if we were to switch to, less hours during the week, which would equal less pay, I don't think the actual people who could benefit from it would want it because we need the money just to live.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But, yeah, that's a good question, though. That's kind of cool. I wish I knew more about it, though.
yeah.
I mean, about
I
the
went
science
on
behind it.
a deep dive on a whole bunch of stuff like this, but that was like a couple months ago, so not as fresh.
Yeah. It's an interesting idea, but we'll see. Like you said, I think it's going to take a big company showing the world that, hey, this is manageable.
Yeah.
Easily so, and then everyone will start, exploring it and see if it works for them.
I mean, there's studies out there, pushed by people who, like scientists and stuff, studying it and showing the benefits on a personal level. But until a company can prove that it's good on a monetary, capital level, it's not going to make a big shift.
Yeah, it won't matter until then.
Mm-hmm.
The money talks, man. But well, cool. Thank you guys so much for your questions. 385-204-3921. That's 385-204-3921. Send us your questions. We will give our best possible answers on the show. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Mankind has always been the poison.
Give up on yourselves and give up on the world.
Every puzzle has an answer.
Dumbass. Kick logic out and do the impossible. Remember that.
I'm glad I met you guys. You made me pick up on things I probably would have just gone on ignoring.
Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me. Believe in the Kamina who believes in you.